You've got to find the chazza in the posh area.
The chazza?
The chazza.
Have
Call
you...
it chazza for sure.
Yeah.
It's odd for anyone's in-laws to buy them underwear. I think that's a very odd choice. And get your Argos catalogue out and start marking things off in it. Like, yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like the world has just opened up.
Welcome back to The Joy of Shopping. I am your host, Farah Sattaur, and I have in the studio with me today comedian, writer, and actor, Tiff Stevenson.
I clap myself. Thank you.
No, you have to. You have to. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'd like to add good friend to that list of things.
Comedian, actor, writer, and good friend.
Yeah, thank you. Now
Sorry.
I feel happy with that.
Okay, good. I want you to be happy. So how are you doing?
You just keep going, couldn't you? Just add stupid things like cousin.
Daughter.
Yeah.
Sister, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll add it down below, don't worry. We'll add it down below. So, this is The Joy of Shopping.
Yes.
Where's the best area in London, would you say, is your favourite place to shop?
I will go to different areas for different things.
Okay.
So if I think growing up, you know, like when I got a bit of money and bomber jackets were in fashion, we went down to
bomber.
Yeah, Wembley Market. Wembley Market used to be when I was, you know, about 12, 13, getting on the bus with my friends.
I wasn't allowed out then.
Oh, really?
No. I think 12,
sheltered.
13, I was just allowed out to the corner shop, but that's because you could see, you know, me going to and from. So, okay, Wembley.
Well, I was getting 2 buses, I think, into school, or a bus and a train. So, yeah, so like Wembley Market would be one of my early shopping experiences, and Wembley High Road. So that would be sort of west. Then for now, if I was shopping around, I would go to West London, to sort of places like Richmond or Chiswick, you know.
That's posh.
Yeah, but then when I'm going there, I would go to the charity shops.
Love a charity shop.
So you've got to find the charity shops. You've got to find the chazza in the posh area.
The chazza?
The chazza. Call it chazza for short.
Yeah. So I always ask my guests, what's a gadget you have at home? Could be a kitchen gadget, a garden gadget, or tool that you think everyone needs this.
Oh, I'm going to be boring. And I know you've had Rachel on, so she might have already ranted about ninja fryers, but...
We love a ninja. We love a ninja air fryer.
Because I know she's got a great bit about it. But actually, I am, you know, our oven is not very good. And they're kind of revolutionary in terms of time and just getting stuff fired in there. And so
quick.
I've loved the ninja air fryer. I also recently bought one of those current body red light hair helmets. So I have
No, you explain first before.
It's a red light. It's a red light therapy. So you know how you can have
face
red light therapy.
mask.
Yeah, there's a face one, but this is for hair. So it's like it's a full helmet that goes on.
I've not seen that.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Does it work?
Yeah.
How often do you use it?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
Is it light therapy?
It's LED light therapy, but I've had a laser comb before years ago, and that was good. But I like, so the thing that will get me, or the little things that I'm all of a sudden, you know, probably initially about 3 or 4 years ago, I sort of dabbled in doing a bit of collagen, taking some collagen.
Yeah.
Now, probably for the last year and a half, 2, those are, I mean, that's not a gadget, but for me, beauty things, but collagen every day, and I've just like seen a huge amount of difference. So like the current body, I think that's working. That's doing a good job. Yeah, so stuff like that. If it's a beauty tech or gadget, or my husband got me, in fact, and this was a present, I think it was maybe last Christmas, was like a little belt that you can put on with like a TENS machine for time of the month.
Oh.
So it's like a pain relief thing, and that's been like invaluable. So
honestly, I didn't even know these things existed.
Well, yeah, he knows I have a miserable time. I have like what we call Old Testament periods, fire and brimstone. So I need whatever pain relief I can get to. So he got me that, and it was really, really great. But the ninja,
go on.
My Dyson air wrap, and
Did it take you a while to find your way on
I use the bristle brush mainly for blow drying, but I do also
but even
use
that maneuver that you're doing.
Yeah.
When you see the hairdressers doing, you're like, I need to recreate that.
Yes.
Sometimes they go under, and I'm like.
So that's pretty good. But the wrap, you just like pull a piece of hair out and it just takes it itself. So that's pretty cool. It's great. I like that. And my shark hoover, I have one of those. I have a cat, so it's the little. I like a wireless. Yeah. So I can just pick it up and take it into whatever room I need.
So much more easier, isn't it?
So those are my little sort of household gadgets. I'm trying to think if there's anything cooking wise. We've also got a slow cooker. That's great.
Love a slow cooker.
Yeah, we do bone broth in that quite a lot. So that's good for that.
Bone broth, that's really good for your
that's
health,
good for collagen and skin and hair and everything.
Reading up on my collagen. You lose it. They just drill it into you, I think, to women as well, right?
Yeah.
You just lose it every month.
Well, my husband basically just takes whatever I've taken on doing. So he's like, are we doing collagen, are we?
Does he look 10 years younger as well?
He does. He looks pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, I try to, so beauty things are the things that, or a Vitalash, I know that you sell that on QVC, don't you? Yeah. So stuff like that where you go, oh, that's quite life-changing once you start using it, and you get what I find with beauty routines, or a new thing that I'm trying to work in. I learned this from Dr. Tara Swart, who I absolutely love. Have you ever seen her?
No.
She does stuff about manifesting, but she's also a neuroscientist, so it's all based in science of how our brains work. Right. And she talks about habit stacking. So if you want to put something new into your routine, you place it immediately after another habit that you have. So cleaning your teeth every day.
And then add something straight after.
Add something in, so the hair helmet goes on.
That makes sense,
for 10 minutes. That's called habit stacking. So that's not mine, that's hers. But she's like, you just put it in to your routine. So, any of those kind of things that are like, little beauty devices or stuff, I think. You've got it. Yeah, the red lights. I've got an eye mask as well. That's a Dr. Dennis Gross one.
I've got a cooling one, the ones that you can put in the fridge or the freezer.
Yeah, they're good. Do you ever do the under eye gel patches?
No.
They're good.
I do find if I haven't slept well, this is like the old school trick. You just get a bowl of water,
ice,
dunk your face in ice.
Joan Crawford.
Yeah?
She used to do that.
Yeah. That's the old school technique.
Crawford. Yeah. But your skin is pretty amazing.
Thank you. So I've been eyeing up this bracelet.
Oh yes, yeah.
Talk to me about this, but I've never seen anything like this. I love the tassels.
This is Joan Rivers QVC.
Lovely. Tell me about that.
So my same friend from New York, my friend Steve, he knows that I love Joan, and he loves comedy, and he loved Joan, and she had an estate sale after she passed away, and he bought me this huge, like a lot of her jewellery.
Oh, wow.
And so it was all stuff from her estate. Yeah, so she had all of this. I've got like 6 or 7 different bangles, and there's a great orange one that I took to when I was in LA last time. I went to the Chateau Marmont, which she used to go to a lot, Joan, and I had lunch, and I just took a photo of it next to the menu going, this is Joan's bracelet, and this is where I feel like I should have worn it. Yeah. So, and I love that. I love that kind of combination of stand-up comic and... because Joan had like a very she's almost like power businesswoman style,
like a boss lady aura.
Yeah. So she was always like not high maintenance, but she was always made an effort, and so I liked that she was able to, this kind of crossover of entertainment and, because if you think about the amount of women that are watching the shows, and not that men aren't, but like I know who my audience is, Joan knew who her audience was. So, Busy Phillips has a show on QVC now because she's like, where's my audience? There they are. And shows have ad breaks, and, this is a show that sells things. So I think Joan was very forward thinking and smart in her way of going, what's my pivot now? How do I get to take control? I like fashion. I like jewellery. I like these kind of costume jewellery pieces. So, it's all sort of stuff that she obviously liked. It's very cool, isn't it? And so, so that's so I've got this little piece of Joan, and sometimes if I'm doing a big gig or a TV recording, I'll take a piece of Joan. It's like kind of taking a little piece of her with me to, because she's an inspiration.
No, I love that. Oh, I'm glad we got to speak about that.
Yeah.
So talking about QVC, are you a shopper?
I am a shopper. I think I do shop online. Yeah. I do shop online a lot. one of the reasons that, depending on how I feel about myself at any given time, but I remember buying swimwear that is like the most excruciating, because you go into a changing room and those mirrors are at angles that should be illegal.
It's so close. It's too close, isn't it?
But also, you're not meant to see a 3/4 angle of yourself, or you're not meant to see your side profile.
Yeah. No, you
like,
see
if I was meant to see it, I would be... this is fine. I don't need to know about the back. Well, you know, people will tell me, but I'm seeing bits of me and I'm like, oh, this is so horrendous. So online shopping is quite nice, but especially if you're going to do like swimwear and also because I'm a bit bigger, I have to sort of always go like a Freya or a Bravissimo or a Curvy Kate or something like that, and to try on stuff that feels nice, that you feel good in. And I like to try that on at home.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to be...
comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
Definitely a big tip. Shopping in America versus shopping in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Biggest differences, pros and cons.
I think there's so much more to be had from the shopping experience in America.
Okay.
And I hate to say this, but the customer service level is so much higher. The attention that's paid to you, and they have to, because if they don't,
Hold on. Have you been to Asia?
I have, yes. Yeah.
Have you been to the malls in Asia?
I think when I was maybe in like Shanghai.
For some reason, well, I'm half Filipino, but for some reason, whenever I go to the malls in the Philippines, it's double America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right,
and they call you ma'am. Don't know how I feel about that, whether it makes me feel really old or it's just very respectful and nice.
Yeah.
But they're so nice there. But absolutely, I agree with you.
Just put a little badge on that says Miss.
I know.
And then
I know, but definitely America has crazy customer service.
But also you can see the other thing that Americans do, because Americans do crazy couponing and stuff like that, like where people work out, I'm going to collect this coupon into this. Yeah, there's a film about it as well. Like, so... What I like about America is if it has a deal on, it will double on the deal. So a deal doesn't negate a deal. Whereas here, you often go into a shop and they go, we've got a sale on, but not on these. Or if you use this specific discount, items. You can't always, you're not allowed to use a gift card on this. You're not allowed to use, so you can't like get the best of. So when you, and as a person who loves a bargain, when you're shopping in America, you'll be like, oh, like if I go into somewhere like Nordstrom Rack or Bergdorf's or somewhere like that, oh, I'll tell you where I used to go to, which has since shut down, because my friend in New York lives literally right opposite Barney's. And
Barney's are shut down?
Yeah, a couple of years ago now.
Happen?
I think it was sort of tail end of the pandemic.
Oh, so quite some time,
a
few years.
Yeah, and there's probably like, you know, a Bed Bath and Beyond or something that's going in there or something sad. Like Barney's was, so, and that was like a little treasure trove anyway, like in between sort of seasons, you could sort of sneak in and go, oh, there's a little sale rack at the back here, and then there's an extra, you know, and that was such a fancy designer store. So I remember getting like a Helmut Lang blouse from there. I have Yves Saint Laurent sunglasses from when they were closing down. I bought all this Chantecaille makeup that was basically like brand new, that they had like 80% off, and it was,
that's a good
and so
deal.
then
It's
and
like
then
Black
going
Friday sale.
and then going, if you sign up to the mailing list, you can get an extra 10% off. Whereas here, I'm like, if you sign up to the mailing list, you're not getting any other discount. You're not getting a. So that's what I love about America. You can combine all these deals.
Right.
Also, in places like LA, not so much New York, but in places like LA, obviously you're going to drive to places, so you can get a lot of shopping in the boot of your car.
Put it in your car.
Yeah. Whereas often if I'm going to Westfield here, or if I'm in New York or something like that, you're like, oh, I've now got to get on a tube or go to Westfield. I've got to pay crazy
prices
to park, which is, well, like, I'm spending money. It's a real bugbear of mine. Have you done it? Have you ever done a car boot sale?
No, but I do like going to them.
I mean, if you want to really meet people in every type of personality, it's great for me. It's a great writing exercise. That's part of my, when I shop and when I go into shops, when I'm buying things for myself, part of it is being out and about amongst people, because that's how I write my stand-up. That's how I write characters. The people that you meet when you're shopping or out, or like, or at somewhere like the car boot sale, it's such fun, because you hear stories from people. You meet people who are interesting. You meet people who are completely unhinged. So it's the full range of
like, you get everything. You get everything and everyone.
You get everything. But if you're annoyed by people saying, "Will you take a $5 for a t-shirt on Vinted?"
Don't go there.
Don't do a Cobbers.
Well, I don't mind giving away my things for a $5, but not like the branded things.
No, not the things where you know what they're worth, and you want to kind of, and then you go, "Oh, well, I'll just keep that." If I can't, but do you buy stuff on there though? I buy stuff on there a lot.
No, I've just given up.
I buy stuff like I'll go, "Ooh, that is." So I kind
Maybe
of
I'll go back and have a look as a shopper.
Not as a seller. I don't really sell. I shop on it. Yeah.
See, I've not experienced that yet. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I've sold the odd thing on there, but yes, it's mainly for buying because you can find. It's great. You can just whack a search term in and find anything that you're sort of looking for, more or less.
It's extremely affordable. Tell me the best gift you've received, or maybe the oddest gift.
Oh, I was once bought a minimizer bra by an ex-boyfriend's mother, so an ex-mother-in-law.
Definitely an ex. Definitely. Hold on a minute. An ex-boyfriend's mother-in-law.
Yeah. So no, ex-boyfriend's mother. So an ex-mother-in-law of mine bought me a minimizer bra from Marks and Spencer's, which is basically saying strap them down, you whore. That's like, how else do you take that? And when you say minimizer bra to men, they don't understand because they're like, why would you ever want to make them smaller?
And they don't squash them.
No, and they don't do them in men's pants because no man wants to make his package look smaller, right?
Definitely not.
But yeah, so there was a real hint of like, and I remember actually, if I remember back, like this is triggering memory of like walking in once and her pulling my top up. And so like it was probably like here and she pulled it up to, so it was a very odd.
She's very comfortable.
It's odd for anyone's in-laws to buy them underwear. I think that's a very odd choice.
I didn't even know they did bra minimizers. I know you can get boosted bras to, enhance your cleavage.
The fillets, the chicken fillets.
Yeah. So hold on, did you ever try it on?
Well, yeah, I've since like tried on minimizer bras.
Does it just squash it?
They're kind of, they're sort of like, it's kind of like Spanx in it. They don't work. All they do is they move it somewhere else. You can't get rid of.
No,
like Spanx should be called fat redistribution pants because they just sort of, they move it somewhere else. It's going So it's similar thing with it kind of just gives a more broader.
I'm just like staring at your.
No, now we're just like focusing hyper on. But yes, it was quite an aggressive move. I would say that's the weirdest. That's the weirdest present.
How long were you together after you received that present?
I don't know. I feel like not long, but maybe a year or something.
Wow.
Waited to see if she made it up next Christmas. But yes, it was a.
That's an interesting gift. What about gifting someone?
Because I gifted.
Yeah, because I love Christmas and I feel like I'm great at buying presents for my loved ones.
Yeah.
So for you, I'd really want to ask, what's the best gift you've gifted someone? Or maybe you thought, wow, that is really random. I need to get that for.
Yeah. I try and just take this might sound slightly boring, try and take hints throughout the year when people say they like something. I probably make a note in my phone. And my husband
does. Very organised.
Yeah, well, my husband does the same thing. He's quite thoughtful. He'll go, oh, I noticed that she liked those. I've got boots on today that he bought me for my birthday.
Oh,
and
love.
So they're like
I
gold
love
cowboy boots.
Sparkly boots. I love that.
And so he saw that I liked those and then he went back and got them for my birthday. So I try and, I do buy quite a lot of clothes. So that sounds maybe a bit, I'm trying to think of any out there gifts I've bought for people.
Or yourself.
Not even Christmas. I do weirdo friends. I do weirdo gifts with my friend Holly.
It's all coming out here.
Yeah. my friend Holly, who lives in LA. And so whenever I go over, we go to, there's a place called Crossroads Trading, which is a great store where people take stuff that's almost like new with tags on and they bring it. And if you go to the one in Hollywood, it's incredible because what happens is lots of actors get gifted stuff for red carpet stuff.
Lovely.
And then you'll find it on sale in there. So like amazing stuff. I had like Philip Lim mules, Diamante mules.
Oh yeah.
And they were, they hadn't been worn. They didn't have the box, but the soles were unmarked. And I think I paid like $70 for them. Then I looked them up and they were like $500.
Wow.
So I was like, for me, it's all about where's my discount happening? That's my major. There's some reward part of my brain that is like, I cannot pay.
You're saving.
full price for this. Yeah, yeah. So even if it's expensive, as long as I'm saving, that's how you get me. But so what we would do is we would go to like maybe Crossroads, or we go to thrift stores or the Goodwill. And then we would look around. We would just have a day of messing around, picking up stuff and going, who owned this? Why would they ever have bought it? And we try and work out the story of the items. And then we'd buy the weirdest thing we'd see for each other. So I think I bought her like a lettuce spinner. I found a lettuce spinner, so it was like a lettuce spinner. But it was a 60s lettuce spinner.
Okay.
And then she got for me. We found these series of statues, and they were very, very weird. They're maybe 70s or 80s, and this one, it had a guy in it. He looked like Nosy Bonk. Now you probably don't remember him, but he was a kids TV character.
Though, I'll look it up.
He was terrifying. He wore white gloves, and he was scary. So it was this guy, and he's sort of crouched over, and then underneath it says, "Dirty old men need love too." And so my friend bought me that. So we just buy each other insane things. Yeah, you go, who went out and went, I'm going to get this, and that's going to go on my mantelpiece.
Well, this is my next question. Do you have a cabinet for all your weird gifts?
Well, I do have. When I travel, I have what I originally called my tat shelf. Okay. But it's now quite awesome. So whenever I go to a place, I go and find the gift shop, and I've got to look for something that's very touristy, and that fills up the shelf. It started with snow globes, because as a child, I was obsessed with snow globes. And I think I asked for one. I'd worked out this thing when I was quite young, that if I could establish a need for a toy, then I would probably get it. If I could establish a reason. So when I would watch, like... This is really conniving. When I would watch TV commercials as a kid, you would see stuff pop up for, like, you know, various different board games, like Frustration, or, you know. And so I worked out, if I said to my mum, Frustration is a Pop-O-Matic game. It's like a little board game, and it has dice in the middle, and they had this thing called Pop-O-Matic, so it's in a little globe. You never lose the dice, and you press it.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it was the Pop-O-Matic. So it was like, this is really cool technology. So you would see that, or you'd see like a pogo ball. I had a pogo ball. Now people probably don't remember these, but they were like a little ball with a disc around the side, and you would hop. I think we should bring that back as a form of transportation.
Around. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we're seeing it everywhere anyway. Scooters. I'm seeing skateboards on the road.
Yes, yeah.
Anything and everything. I'm seeing bicycles, and then you've got you got your kids at the front, sometimes at the back.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that? I know how I feel.
We're not a bike friendly. I was in Rotterdam, so all of Holland is like bikes have the right of way, so it feels quite safe there. I don't feel safe on a bike.
No, if I'm on a bike in London, I'm in the park.
Yes, yeah.
I'm in the park, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we should bring back the men hang on to theirs, don't they? The scooters, the skateboards, everything. So I think we need to bring back our Barbie. Why not? Barbie skates are Fisher Price.
No, I'm with you. Why not?
The pogo ball.
Yes.
So I'd worked out if I watch it, so I could say I wanted a thing, but if I said I needed it, then that was a next level. So you're like, I need operation. What if I want to become a surgeon? I need this game.
I love that you have a pitch.
Yeah, that was my pitch. I need Buckaroo. What if I want to become the person who puts things on the back of a donkey?
Yes. I need to know how stable my hands can be, my balance.
Yes. Well, these were great because they were so vivid, those commercials, as a kid. And I think that's probably really changed now, as in kids probably see more stuff online. And then but at Saturday morning, when you sat down in front of the TV and the cartoons were on, in between the cartoons and ramping up to Christmas, you would have that. You would see everything. You were like, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Because it's in our nature as kids to just want all the things.
Make a list.
And get your Argos catalogue out and start marking things off in it. Like, yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like the world has just I didn't even know this was like a karaoke machine, or like
a karaoke machine.
A Discman, like before that was a cassette. I had like a Walkman. I found a picture of me the other day when I was about
Discman,
6 or 7. That was with, I was with like an old cassette. Yeah. And there were various different brands. Alba was, there was like Alba.
I had an Alba.
Yes.
I think when I look back at my Discman, I think, where did I put it? because it connected to your headphones. We didn't have like wireless headphones back in the day.
Yeah.
I think, where did I carry it? Like I would just
on your
carry
belt,
my Discman around.
We used to have, wasn't there a clip where you could have, if you had the Sony one, which was the yellow one, which was like the super cool, you could clip it on your belt and
I wasn't a cool kid.
Just walk around with that. Like so those early days, so that started a love of. So one of the things I wanted was a snow globe. Okay. And I'd begged my mum and she said no, and I'm sure I'd been on shopping trips with her and she'd bought me other things, but I kept asking for this snow globe. And I wanted it for a long time. I'd really built up this desire for the snow globe. And then one Christmas I got it. And we went to go and visit friends on Christmas, like later in the afternoon. And I was skipping down the road, so excited to have this snow globe. And I was looking at it and I tripped and I fell over. And the snow globe smashed. Oh. So sad. And then I got a stone in my knee and we had to go to the hospital to get it removed.
Tell me what's next.
What's next for me? Well, I'm on House of Games coming up. I don't know when that's coming out, but I know it's in autumn. I've recorded a special, so I just did Edinburgh. I'm on tour with my show called Husband Material.
Amazing.
So you can go on, like, find me on Instagram and all of those kind of things.
Shout out your Instagram handle.
Yes, it's Tiff Stevenson Comic. So you can see, I'll sometimes do outfits of the day and stuff on there. So if you're interested in that,
lovely. Yeah.
And clips of my stand-up, that's pretty much the two threads that are running on there. So I'm touring that, and I have a special coming out. So that's coming in a couple of weeks. Probably by the time this is out, the special will be out. So all
very exciting.
Yes.
Are you fully booked now for 2024?
I've got a few gaps if anyone wants to call. But yes, I'm out and about doing some events, and this time of the year we tend to go and do big like award ceremonies and hosting and stuff like that. So
we do like an award ceremony.
We do. It's a nice chance. Actually, I think post-COVID, one of the things that I really enjoyed was going back out into the world, and we had our wedding post then, but just the chance to see people you know and love and friends dressed up in their finemary after having that period of not being able to do that for so long. It was really nice to see people go for it and go, we're back out in the world. So I'm still very much in love with the sort of, although Christmas gigs can be some of the worst gigs as a stand-up. Yeah.
Why?
Because people go on office parties and really, you know, let their inhibitions go and get quite drunken. So sometimes Christmas gigs can be, they're notorious within the world of stand-up.
You have all the stories that come out on the, work dues?
Christmas parties. People like kind of, so often that time of the year, if people are going out on a sort of office trip and stuff, they can in the comedy clubs. Actually, I've hosted corporate events where people are like, oh, you know, everyone can see you. And hear you. Like people like I think when there's like lots of booze involved, people do tend to but they can also be great fun as well, so that's the flip side, you know. So lots coming up. Honestly, thank you so much for joining me here. You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
With everything. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Joy of Shopping podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you missed any of the episodes, make sure you check out our playlist.